I'm not really that scientific. Hypotheses. 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 I think it's time to go. This week we're going to try to make a volcano, which is going to explore more of our physical and chemical reactions that we've been talking about. And it's going to be super fun to not only see the reaction of the volcano, but also to make. So this is a great summer activity that you could do with a bunch of your friends, your family, or just by yourself. We started out with a bottle, some newspaper, lots of it, some masking tape. Again, you probably want plenty of masking tape, some cardboard. I've heard that thinner cardboard works better, so cereal boxes or tissues. So you're going to want to start out with your bottle, and I used a decent sized bottle, not a small bottle like what you would see for those smaller Pepsi or Coke bottles, and not those 2-liter bottles. You're going to want a nice middle-sized bottle. That way you get a good sized volcano, but not too big. So we started out with that bottle, and we crumpled up some newspaper, and we kind of made a basic shape. Don't be a perfectionist during this step because it's going to be a little crumply and crinkly, but the next step is going to be to take that cardboard and wrap it around to create a little bit of a smoother finish. So we'll check in with you after we're done with the cardboard. Okay, so for our final step before we start paper macheing, we are going to need to make the paper mache. It's just 2 parts water for every 1 part flour. So depending on how big, I should say, your volcano is gonna depend on how much paper mache you're gonna want. So I just started out with a 1/2 cup of flour and a cup of water, and we're gonna see how much that goes. I'll keep you updated, but this is our final product before the paper mache.
Now I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of warm water in the volcano. And after you're done with that, you're going to take the dye, put some dye in there too.
And you remember, you can always be creative with your food dye and color like we did with our volcano. Now we're gonna put a good squirt of dishwasher soap in the volcano.
To add 2 spoonfuls of baking soda to your volcano.
For the final step, you're going to pour about half of a cup of vinegar in here.
So we're about to have the explosion occur. Let's make sure we have our safety goggles on, and let's review our other safety features. Do 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 do. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's pour our vinegar into our volcano, and this is when your explosion is going to occur. So remember, before we go any further in our experiment, we want to look back at what happened before, during, and after the volcano explosion. Write down some observations you make, and that will help you with your next step, which is writing a hypothesis. Once you have an idea or a prediction about what happened during your experiment based on your observations, you're going to create what we call a hypothesis. And a hypothesis, remember, is an educated prediction based on our observations. In other words, a hypothesis is not a random guess. You're using your observations, the facts that you found during the experiment, to create a prediction on what you think happened. So the past couple weeks, we've been talking about what we called a chemical change, which remember is when two things that are mixed together make a new substance. So in our volcano experiment, baking soda and vinegar and a little bit of dish soap were mixed together to make that new substance, which was the fizzy bubbles that came out of the volcano. The opposite of a chemical change is what we call a physical change. And that is when two things are mixed together, but a new substance isn't created. Instead, one matter or the other, or maybe even both, changes a little. So, in our experiment today, when we made the papier-mâché volcano, we combined newspaper and glue to make that papier-mâché, but we didn't end up creating a new substance. We just kind of changed the newspaper so that it would stick together. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot. Don't forget about our hypothesis and make sure you compare your results to what actually happened in this experiment so you guys can continue to learn and grow. Have a great day, and I hope to see you guys soon.